instance of God. Touch of God.
Hey, so this is the next character I've been working on, and it's been pretty interesting. Now I always wanted to make a Doryani phys character, and going the Ignite seemed like it could be quite fun. The build is slow and has a certain level of clunkiness, but does perform sort of how I wanted it to. Even with a small life pool, it has a very good defense against most hits, so you can face tank a lot of stuff. The build also has around 2.5 million Ignite DPS, but can roll a lot higher if you're lucky with hits. I've spent around 15 exalts on this build. I think there is probably some more room for improvement since it's only level 92, and I might have missed some better ways of building, but honestly I'm having a lot of personal issues with desync while playing the character, so I'm not going to invest any more time and energy into this build. For the same reason, I'm not gonna bother making a showcase or a guide for this build, so this video will be just a quick overview of the character. Okay, so this build is all about Doryani's Fist. These gloves give us the skill Doryani's Touch, which is a very slow but hard-hitting ability similar to something like Ice Crash, but with a huge 600% damage effectiveness. It's also a slam, so we can scale the single hit even higher with stuff like Fist of War and Seismic Cry. Since it does a lot of lightning damage, Stormfire is used to be able to ignite. Also, since we have to be unarmed to use the skill, we can use a shield for extra defenses or damage. I went with a recovery on block shield, so the build can do dumb stuff like sit in Harbinger packs like this. The really annoying drawback to using this setup is the very inconsistent damage that comes with flat lightning damage stacking. The base hit can roll from like 200 to 1200, so there's quite a few feels bad moments if you get unlucky on the slams. For the Ascendancy I went with Chieftain, because I think it's the best mix of damage, sustain and defenses. The tree is simple enough, pretty generic Ignite tree, and just picking up the block stuff, also Call to Arms, Elemental Overload, Elemental Equilibrium, and some cluster jewels to fill out the Ignite chance and get the Ignite Prolif, plus a little extra spell block. Now the most important part about the Bastard tree is a High Templar Maxarius Militant Fate right here for Transcendence. This keystone is an incredibly powerful defensive layer against hits as long as you can build around it. This keystone makes armor mitigate elemental hits instead of physical. The way we're not getting absolutely destroyed by physical damage is we're stacking a bunch of physical damage taken as elemental damage mods. So the Salio from Chieftain gives 15%. A cheap Watcher's Eye can give up to 24% as long as you use Purity of Elements. There's also a lot of gear like Formless Inferno for 8% and a huge boost to armor. You can also buy a Simplicity chest piece like this and use a Essence of Horror to get another 25%. Plus the Flask that's the Taste of Hate is another 20%. So if you combine all that, in the end we're converting 92% of all physical damage taken to another element, which in turn gets reduced by armor because of Transcendence. So this is beyond broken levels of mitigation. Using this setup for the build is close to 5 times more effective health pool against hits. So the build is borderline immortal against hits, but damage over time effects still hurt an insane amount, as you can see. Same thing with Chaos, so sadly it's not a fully face tank character. Yeah, that's how far I made it with the character. Definitely has some issues, but it was a fun experiment. I'm gonna move on to a new character now, so see you soon.